loves, Molly Carmel here, fiercely devoted to your freedom. Big topic that we're talking about certainly during the time of Corona is overeating, binging, things like that. And this big thought that's coming in is like, it's no big deal. It happens. It's a part of the process. And this is a tricky concept because on one hand, it's true. It's true. When we live a big, beautiful life, it's imperfect. We make mistakes. We have issues. We have problems. But on the other hand, I want you to remember what I say all of the time. And that's that our issues with food and weight are rooted deeply in delusion and come with a lot of blind spots. And part of building this new relationship with food and with yourself is learning about what triggers you, what you really need, how you can nourish yourself, how you can nurture yourself without harming yourself with food. And so there's this big question going around, like, is it okay if I overeat? Which, first of all, I can't really get involved in because your relationship with food is your relationship with food. And it comes with your own principles. It comes with your own value system. So I'm not one to judge. I'm just one to inform. I'm your coach. I'm your bestie. I'm here to support you. And the first way I can do that is to inform you. And so the information is so important when it comes to our overeating episodes. Listen, the first thing we have to do is take off the table the good and the bad, right? Like, well, if I'm perfect, then I'm good. If I'm perfect on my plan and if I'm shredding and, all of this diet culture nonsense, frankly, got to take that off the table. But when we take that off the table, I think we also have to take off this permission that I think that we sometimes use because we're so scared to make mistakes. And my friends, I'm a relationship person. And isn't it true that some of the best lessons you learn in your relationships is from making mistakes? I know that's the case for me, certainly in my professional career. I mean, I've learned everything about myself from the mistakes that I've made when I've been willing to look at them and when I've been willing to take stock and I've been willing to get curious about what's actually happening. I've been able to change course. I've been able to create beautiful things. Same thing in all of my friendships, romantic relationships, you name it. The curiosity has enabled me to make corrective action plans and to find better solutions. And the same can be said with your food, right? And your relationship with food is that when you're going against your integrity, when you're going off your plan, I would be so mindful of using that, I don't want to say excuse, but I can't think of a better word right now, that it's no big deal. The rationalizations, the rational lies of it's no big deal. Because as a really wise person said to me, when it's no big deal, we can't look at it as though it's a big deal. And I always think that our lapses really are information holders. And I mean this in the best way possible. They allow for us to have a deeper and better understanding of so many things in our relationship with food, like what works for us, what doesn't, if we need more help, if we need to change things around. It's such a gift. And I plead with you to not turn away and let yourself go into the blind spots of it's no big deal. It doesn't have to be a big deal. And maybe we should take all of that terminology off the table and just say, what a place to be curious. What a place to be compassionate. And what a place to make a corrective action plan. We commit to staying in an unhealthy relationship to food when we ignore these behaviors that are taking us farther away from our ideal relationship. So is it a big deal? Can I binge? I don't know. And I don't even think that that's the real issue here. I think the real issue is, am I willing to look at the places when I falter? Am I willing to look in the little nooks and crannies? Am I willing to get curious in my relationship with food? Am I willing to say, maybe there's something up with me and maybe I need some healing right now? Isn't this a new way to think? I'm telling you, this is the way that you create the relationship of your dreams with food, and a relationship that lasts, because you know the truth of relationships, good ones at least, right? They grow, they change, they develop, and the only way you can do that is to look at the places where they need improvement or where they need healing. This is such an important piece. So I compel you, my friends. I compel you. Now listen, here's what I need to know. Okay, I got a big question for you. Are you willing to start to look at your lapses, at your mistakes, at your hiccups? You use whatever language you want. Are you willing to start to look at them with a curious mind and with a corrective action plan in mind? Are you willing to look at it with compassion? I need to know this, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to leave a comment below. I love comments. You know I'm obsessed with you. You know I want to know everything that you're thinking. And listen, I want you to know everything that I'm thinking. So I want you to subscribe to this channel, maybe even drop a like on this, send it to a friend, who knows, and turn on your subscription so that you can be the first to know what's going on with us. Listen, I love you. I'm here for you. I am rooting for you every minute of the day and sending you all of the love.